Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRIENDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. So, here's the scoop that's been buzzing around the NFL circles lately, and it's got many Washington fans excited and a little bit anxious too. Rumors are swirling that the Las Vegas Raiders, currently sitting at a disappointing 2-9 and in the middle of a total rebuild, might be open to trading one of their most valuable assets, Max Crosby. Yes, the Pro Bowl edge rusher who's been a cornerstone for the Raiders' defense. It's a blockbuster potential deal that could shake up the entire NFC landscape, especially for the Commanders, who are looking to solidify their front seven and make a real push for the playoffs. Now, let's unpack what this really means. The Raiders, with a projected cap space of about $118 million, are in a tough spot. They're clearly prioritizing a rebuild, especially at the quarterback position, and they've been very vocal about their plans to clear cap space and acquire draft picks to accelerate their roster overhaul. Trading Crosby, who's under contract for a few more seasons and still playing at a high level, makes a lot of sense from their perspective. The buzz suggests that the Raiders are seeking multiple future picks, perhaps a first-rounder in 2026 and a third-rounder in 2027, in exchange for Crosby. This would give them valuable cap relief and a chance to rebuild with young talent and draft capital. But why would the Commanders be interested? Well, it's a perfect storm of opportunity. Currently sitting at 3-9, the Commanders are struggling with their pass rush, especially after losing key players to injury. Their defense has been a roller coaster, allowing 323 points so far, which ranks near the bottom of the league. The pass rush, which was supposed to be a strength coming into the season, has been inconsistent, partly due to injuries like the one to Lattimore. Adding a player of Crosby's caliber would instantly elevate their front and help turn around their entire defensive identity. Think about it, a double-digit sack artist, someone who consistently pressures quarterbacks and disrupts plays. Crosby, with 19 tackles and 2 sacks so far in 2025, is a proven game changer. His stats over his career are impressive. Nearly 60 sacks, 92 TFLs, 13 forced fumbles, and a career PFF grade of 90. 8. His run-stop percentage is an elite 88%, which shows he's not just rushing the passer but also excelling against the run. And while he's had some minor ankle injuries, they haven't slowed him down significantly. He's still producing at a Pro Bowl level, and that's exactly what the Commanders need to bolster their pass rush, which currently ranks 28th in the league. This potential trade isn't just about adding a star, though. It's about changing the narrative around Washington's defense. With Crosby, the team's sack projections could jump by more than 22%, and pressures generated per game could see a significant boost, perhaps around plus 0.20 EPA. That kind of upgrade could turn the Commanders' defense into a top 12 unit, a huge leap from their current spot. For fans, it's a chance to imagine a front seven that can consistently pressure the quarterback, limit big plays, and give the secondary some much-needed support. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. The NFC East is wide open this season, with the Cowboys and Eagles both having their struggles at times. If Washington manages to add Crosby, their odds to make the playoffs could improve dramatically, with some betting odds jumping from plus 12.0 to around plus 3,800. Think about the impact of a player like Crosby in those critical late-season games, where every sack and pressure could be the difference between a playoff spot and missing out. Plus, with the defense improving, turnovers could increase by around 20%, giving the offense more short fields and scoring opportunities. Of course, this kind of move would be a clear statement of intent from the Commanders' front office. It signals that they're willing to go all in, investing in their defense to finally reach the next level. It's a bold move, but one that could pay off big time, especially if Crosby can continue his high level of play and stay healthy. The team would instantly gain a leader on the edge, a player who's not only a sack artist but also someone who commands double teams, freeing up others and creating more opportunities for the entire defense. Looking at the bigger picture, this potential acquisition aligns with the Commanders' long-term strategy. They've been building through the draft and developing young talent, but adding a proven veteran like Crosby would bring a different dynamic. It would send a message to the entire league that Washington is serious about contending and isn't shying away from making bold moves. It could also energize the locker room, giving players a boost of confidence, knowing they've got a top-tier pass rusher to complement their existing core. Now, some fans might wonder about the risks. Trading future picks always involves uncertainty, and Crosby's injury history, although minor recently, is something to keep an eye on. However, the potential reward, a dominant pass rush that can change games, makes it worth considering. Plus, with the Raiders clearly in rebuild mode, they might be more willing to part ways with a star for the right price, especially if they're prioritizing draft picks and cap space over immediate success. As we look ahead, the possible domino effect of this trade could be huge. The Raiders could become even more focused on their rebuild, clearing the way for younger players to step up and develop. Meanwhile, the Commanders would be adding a player who could be a cornerstone for years to come, helping them finally break through their defensive struggles and make a real playoff push. It's a move that could reshape the NFC East's power structure, giving Washington a real shot at climbing the standings and competing at a higher level. In the end, it's a fascinating scenario that keeps fans on the edge of their seats. Whether it materializes or not, the mere possibility of bringing Crosby to DC is enough to stir excitement and speculation. It's a reminder that the NFL is always full of surprises, and sometimes, bold moves like this are what turn good teams into great ones. The Commanders have been building patiently, and now, with the right addition, they could finally make that leap toward becoming legitimate contenders once again. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So fans, what do you think? Would adding Max Crosby be the move that pushes Washington into serious playoff contention? Can he be the edge rusher that finally unlocks the full potential of this defense? It's a big question, and your opinion matters so much. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you think about this possible blockbuster deal. Do you believe the Commanders should pull the trigger? Or do you think they should hold tight and keep building through the draft? Whatever your take, make sure to stay tuned because I'll be back soon with more updates, rumors, and deep dives into everything happening with your Washington Commanders. This team is on the rise, and with moves like this, the future is looking brighter than ever. Thanks for being part of the family, and as always, go Commanders.